Hi, friends. So this is going to be a little chaotic. First off, because I had started filming it and then my phone just decided that that was not good enough and it needed to crash and delete all of my footage. Love that for us. Also, I'm about to go to the beach and Dylan started the dishwasher and I didn't want to get the sound of that in this. So we're trying out the whole mic situation. Honestly, this might be better for the audio quality. So maybe this will be a vibe we're sticking with until I decide to drop money on AirPods because I'm still like a wired headphone kind of gal. Anyways, I only read 3 books this month, which isn't great for me, like track record wise. I mean, it's fine. Like that's pretty good, considering that my reading goal for this year is 50 books. It keeps me on track. I mean, I'm not worried about that. I've already read, I think at this point, I've read 38 or 39 books, and we're not even halfway through the year. So, like, no worries on that front. But yeah, three, I just, it isn't usually what I've got going on. So I thought I would also include maybe like a little haul of all the books I have acquired since I did a haul on my Bookstagram like a million years ago, like back in February. And I'll talk more about these then. But, anyways, let's talk about what I've read. So, first off, One by One by Ruth Ware. I don't have the book with me, so this summary is just going to be like what I remember. But it's about a tech company that goes on this retreat in, I think, the French Alps, like a skiing retreat, company retreat thing. And they start slowly dying off one by one, which, interesting enough a premise, but I didn't find it that interesting. I picked it up because I had finished Turn of the Key like right at the very end of April. And I loved that. I gave it 5 stars. It had like the evil child trope, which always freaks me out, which I find kind of funny as someone going to youth librarianship, but whatever. I don't know if it was in because I was comparing these 2 books the whole time while I was reading it, or if it really just wasn't that good, but it just wasn't for me. I also was wondering maybe like, because I've never gone skiing, maybe I didn't really, like the stakes just did not compute in my mind. Whereas I have babysat, and the idea of like these like creepy evil children trying to like sabotage me while I'm babysitting just sounds terrifying. But yeah, I gave it 2 stars. I didn't love it. I don't really know what else to say. Read it if like Ruth Ware's somebody you love, but other than that, I don't know if I could really recommend it. So, after that, I read Outlawed by Anna North, which is about a woman who is barren and then is like outcast from the family she married into and her town because they think that barren women are witches, and like because they're barren they're making other women be barren. And then so she joins up with this gang and it's like this little western. So I have a whole vlog talking about this. If you want to watch it, I will link it somewhere up here, I think. I gave it 3 stars. It was fine. It wasn't really that memorable. I didn't love the ending, but I talk about that in the vlog if you want to watch. I don't know. I've never read a Western before. I'm hoping that this isn't like indicative of the genre as a whole because it would be fun to read another Western. I don't know. That's really all I gotta say about that. So, next we have Piranesi by Susanna Clark. I am in the middle of like working on a vlog that includes that, but 5 out of 5. Excellent. I loved it. It's about this guy who lives in this labyrinthine house that has like the ocean in it, I guess, because it has the tides. And he's like a scientist and he's exploring. But I don't know, there's more to that than there may seem. I loved it. Excellent. I highly recommend. I've been recommending it to everybody I have talked to about it, just because of how good it was. That's it for the wrap up portion of this video. Now on to the haul. So, I'd like to preface this with a couple of things. First, I know in the last video I posted, I talk about how I don't like the materialism in online bookish communities. And I don't know if like doing a haul will kind of make me seem like a hypocrite or something. But I just wanted to go ahead. I don't know. I don't have to justify what I do to people. I don't owe people anything. But I just want to because what the hell? So like with my book buying habits, I don't really buy books a whole lot. I love the library. All the books you're going to see here I have acquired since I did a book haul on my Bookstagram, which was in like the end of February, early March. And it's only been 2 months since then, but I don't really buy books unless it's a special occasion. I have a gift card or they're used and really cheap. So that's why I mean, like, in the grand scheme of things, this haul isn't that big compared to some of the bigger people who haul like 30 books at a time. But yeah, that's what's going on. Let's begin. So, I feel like I should kind of sort these and kind of make it make sense. Or maybe do them like in order of when I got them, but I don't remember. So I have 2 stacks next to me, and let's start. So first off, we have Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. It is set in the 1950s Paris. I don't really know much about it, but I know it's gay. I won this at UNC Libraries had a drag queen bingo event, and I won bingo. And the prize was a book from Epilogue Books in Chapel Hill. And they had like a list of queer book recommendations, and I chose this. I'm really excited because I've heard amazing things. I expect to cry, but sometimes we need that. So next I have Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I think Meyer. I picked this up used from, I don't remember where I got it from, but it's used because the pages are kind of nasty. But I picked it up because of a recommendation from one of my grad school pals. She recommended it during a meeting of like youth library, there's a club for youth librarians. And she recommended it during that because it was sci-fi, or it was like a fantasy themed thing, but then we just started talking about sci-fi. And so she told me that it was kind of like a superhero sort of book, but like good versus evil. But it's about like from the villain's perspective, I believe. So yeah, I'm excited to read that. I don't know when that will happen, but eventually, at some point. So this next book was a recommendation from the same person, and y'all are probably gonna laugh at me because the way it looks and the title is so ridiculous. But I also got this used, so it's not like I was spending $1 million on it. But it is Hot and Badgered by Shelley Lawrenston. Look at this. What in the world is this? It is a mass market romance about shape-shifting, like the hero, because that's the correct word, right? The hero is like a shape-shifting badger man. I don't know. It just sounded so ridiculous and silly that I thought it would be fun. I also have a couple of other mass market romances that I've been wanting to read, and so maybe this is what I'll read when I finish House of Leaves, because I just need something fun and easy that I don't have to think about. So, yeah. Next, we have another recommendation from the same person. That's just how it goes. This is also used. But it's Alana, The First Adventure by Tamora Pierce. It's part of the Song of the Lioness Quartet, I believe. I believe it's a quartet. I also don't know much about this, but it's a YA fantasy series about like a girl who's a warrior. I don't know. I got this recommendation, like we were kind of switching off recommendations, and I had recommended Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. This is not my book. This is Corbin's, but Corbin, I'll give this back to you the next time Dylan and I see you. But I had recommended that because I loved it. I want to keep going with the series. Oh my gosh, it's not even called Mistborn. Mistborn is a series. This is called The Final Empire. It doesn't say it on the book though, so it always makes me confused. I guess this maybe has a similar vibe. I don't know. It's like a strong female warrior girl in a fantasy world, and that's all I can really ask for. So, maybe a lot of these have a similar vibe, honestly. But next, 3 of these books I bought, and then one I've had forever, but I picked it up from my mom's house recently, so I'm going to call it, like include it in this haul because I've had it. Okay, well, let me just explain. I am not smart all the time. So in high school, I was given a gift card to Quail Ridge Books in Raleigh for Christmas. And so I went there with my mom, and I had heard good things about Leigh Bardugo and the Shadow and Bone books. And like the smart person I am, I bought Ruin and Rising, the third book, the last book in the series. And then after I came home and realized that, I was like, oh shoot, now I gotta get the first 2, and I never did. I did read Six of Crows. I've actually read it twice now. I'm not gonna get that off the shelf for you because it's kind of far away. You're sitting on my bookshelf right now, actually. The ones behind me are Dylan's. But when I got my promotion, and now that I make twice the amount of money that I did previously, even though I haven't gotten my first paycheck, I'm honestly not don't listen to my spending habits. But I went to Barnes & Noble because I also needed to get like business clothes, not business clothes, but like more professional clothes. Went to Barnes & Noble and I saw that, the show is out. Let's finally do this. And like those of you who are really into books in a series matching are not going to be happy, but I picked up Shadow and Bone. So we've got the Netflix tie-in cover with this fake Netflix sticker, and then the Barnes Noble buy one get one 50% off sticker. And then we have the second book in the series, Siege and Storm, with this edition cover. And then we have the original edition hardback of the third book. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't want to look it up. It almost looks like it's like 3 different publishers too. Sorry, that's just the way it is. And then I also got Crooked Kingdom because I know everybody loves Crooked Kingdom. I read Six of Crows twice, and I just have never read this, so I got this. So, and it's also, I hate these little fake sticker things. Like, I know it's on Netflix. This isn't even, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Whatever. So along the lines of counting books in a haul that I've had since high school that I never read, but then picked up recently from my mom's house, we have Jane Steele by Lindsay Faye. I wanted to wait to read Jane Eyre before I read this, and then I tried to read Jane Eyre for a class, and I could not do it. It just did not hold my attention. I think it's also hard for me to read like more classics when I'm being forced to do it. Also, in a short, I only had a week to read it. That's why I'm not in grad school for English. So yeah, honestly, I'm probably never, maybe one day I'll finish Jane Eyre, but who knows. But I was like, it's time. Let's read Jane Steele. I think it's a Jane Eyre retelling, but this Jane, like, kills people, I think. I don't know. That sounds fun. And then I also picked up, picked up from my mom's house, Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Sarah J. Maas. I don't actually know how you say her last name. Again, had this since high school, since I was very big into ACOTAR. Will I be picking up A Court of Silver Flames? Is that what it's called? It's a mystery. I don't know. Maybe I'll read this. I don't know. Maybe just for fun. We'll see. If I hate it, I won't continue with the series. But that's just how it is. Then I was given I wasn't. I was given a Barnes and Noble gift card for my 21st birthday, and then I lost it, and then I found it again. And then when I went to buy this next book from it, I realized I also had like 2 other Barnes and Noble gift cards on my account that I just completely had forgotten about. So I went not a little crazy at Barnes and Noble, but I got 2 hardcover brand new books from Barnes and Noble. So first I got Legendborn by Tracy Dion. This is about a girl who goes to a summer program at UNC and learns that there's some sort of magical society thing going on. And so I everybody loves that book, but here's the thing. In the past, I have not liked books where I am very familiar with the setting. For example, Replica by Lauren Oliver. The beginning of that takes place in Chapel Hill, and that ruined the whole book for me. I hated it, just because I did not. I don't know. I like to read about places different from my own experience, and so things that are set like in North Carolina or in Chapel Hill, I just am not a fan of. So I was worried about this because, like, I've heard awesome things about it, and I really want to read it, but everybody I've heard good things about it from either like is a popular booktuber who is not from here or has never been to UNC, or like a couple classmates who are in grad school with me at UNC, but like it's people who started this program the same time as me, but because I went to undergrad at UNC, I actually know the place, and it's been over Zoom. I don't know. Here's me gatekeeping UNC. I don't want to do that. But yeah, I hope I love it. I mean, I really, really want to love it. Now see, here I go. I just turned to a random page and I already see Old East, which is where my friend Ellie lived in undergrad. Polk Place, part of the quad. Like, I don't know. I'm just nervous about it. But if I do read this, it will be on a vlog, and I will include maybe like a little tour of what these places look like in real life, because I think that would be fun. But anyways, the other book I got from Barnes & Noble was Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner, and Zauner? Maybe it's Zauner. I don't know. She's the singer in Japanese Breakfast, and I don't actually know how you say her last name. Sorry. And I am filming on my phone, so I can't look it up. But it's signed. Look at that. Oh, yeah. I'm very excited about this. This is a memoir. It's about loss and grief, because her mom passed from pancreatic cancer. I don't remember. Her mom passed from cancer. And so I am going to probably connect to a lot of this. My mom is still alive, but she did have cancer. But she's good now. Oh my god, that sounds like bragging. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I've heard excellent things again, and I know it's going to be amazing. So next, we have a little bit of a joke book. Not like it's a joke, not like a joke book, but a book I kind of bought as a joke from the Dollar Tree for $1 because I saw it when I went there with my mom, and the idea of it just sounded hilarious. I knew I had to get it, so it is called Imagines by Anna Todd and like other Wattpad people, but like it's a book of fan fiction. And it's like Imagines, and I was reading the back, and I noticed the name Michael Clifford. If you don't know me in real life, or if you know me after the year 2017, you may not know that I was a 5 Seconds of Summer stan back in the day. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, a 5 Seconds of Summer self-insert fan fiction in a book. Gotta pick it up. And this is a thick book. It is over 600 pages long. But I don't know. I think it will be funny. I don't know if I'm ever actually going to read it, but I just really wanted this on my bookshelves because I thought it was hilarious. Two left. So first, if you also watch Rebecca Eats Books here on the tubes, you will have heard of this, or if you follow her on Instagram, and looked at her stories, you'll know what's up. But we have Blueberries by Elena Savage. Here we go again. Me not knowing how to say anybody's names. I picked this up on Indie Bookstore Day from Epilogue Books in Chapel Hill. A little bit of a plug there, just because Rebecca raved about it, and then I feel like everybody who follows her on Instagram was like buying it, and because I was looking at every time I looked at her story, it was like somebody buying this at her recommendation. So I was like, I don't know, let's buy this too. It's a collection of essays, part memoir, part not memoir. I don't know. I really love this cover. I like the type. I like how it's kind of cut off. And I think these look cool. I think this is a better cover than the other one I've kind of seen before. But yeah, I got that. And then because it was Indie Bookstore Day and I bought a book from the like a new book from Epilogue, because they also have used books. They gave me an ARC for free, like a mystery ARC that they just kind of put in the bag, and it was Little Crew of Butchers by Francine Pascal. Y'all, I don't know what I'm doing. I think it's kind of like a Lord of the Flies kind of thing. I don't really know much about it, but there's like a group of evil kids. I don't know, so maybe I'll be into it. This book has already been published, and it was an old ARC. When did this even come out? It came out in May of last year. So, nothing special, but I don't know. I think it's cool. Not my first ARC. Back in my college paper days, I would get ARCs, but I wouldn't keep most of them because I am a fool, and they weren't that interesting to me. So, first ARC on these shelves. Yeah. If anybody else wants to send me ARCs, just let me know. Maybe when I get enough people subscribe to me, I will make a NetGalley account. But yeah, maybe if I get enough subscribers, I can make a NetGalley account. I don't know. Or I could just join the ALA and then I can get a NetGalley account because librarians get it. And now I'm not a real librarian yet, but I'm almost there. People ask me for book recommendations at work all the time, and it always catches me off guard and makes me nervous, even though I read so much. So yeah, those are the books I have. Should I try to do the thing that everybody does in these videos where they hold up like a big stack and then it falls and then they're like, oh my gosh, not my stack of books falling. Oh no. Oh my god. Can I even? I can't do it. Okay. So yeah. This is obviously not all of them, but I am not strong enough to hold these. So yeah. There we go. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. See ya.